Hello, everybody. Hello. I hope you guys can see and hear me okay. I am using my MacBook and I am tuning in this live from a different location and stuff. So if you guys cannot see or hear me, please let me know in the chat below if you can't see me or hear me. And I don't see anybody saying, hey, I can't hear you or anything like that. So it looks like everything is cool. So hello, everybody. For those of you new to the channel, I am Jeanette from Boricua Sewing and Crafts. And I happen to be tuning into you guys from Miami, Florida today. I decided to just take a spur of the moment trip and go visit my sister. And I am tuning in to you guys from her actual studio. So because I'm using her studio, of course, I'm not going to let her not be in on the conversation. So for you guys that don't know, this is my sister, and she has a YouTube channel also called Gifts HQ, which tunes in every Saturday live at Crafternoon. So let us see. I already see we have a bunch of people in the chat, and I am going to get on today's topic. And I thought I would get my sister in on the discussion because we're going to be talking about embroidery lies. The lies that I hear people say all the time about embroidery. And yeah, it just ain't true. It's just not true. It really isn't true. So I'm going to tell you something. I'm just going to give you guys a little disclaimer right up front, okay? In this hour, I'm going to be like brutally honest with you guys, okay? I am going to tell you exactly how I see it, okay? Because I have seen some other people talk about this topic, and I've seen some people say certain things, which I'm kind of like, I don't know about that, you know? And I was talking with my sister about that, and I'm going to tell you something. When we were having our discussions, we had to bring out the drinks, okay? So I got my little pineapple. Nancy got her pineapple. So cheers. Okay, so we're just going to spill the beans and tell you guys exactly what I really don't think is really honest and truthful when people are talking about embroidery. Okay, so the first thing, and I'm just going to lay it out there. The first thing that people say is, she ain't even paying attention, is it? She don't even look like she over here messing around with her drink. But you know what? Forget her. Okay, get in here. Anyway, so like I said, all right? The first thing that people say about embroidery all the time, and I got my little my iPad Pro over here, my little notes over here. This says, the first one that I hear people say a lot: you can start an embroidery business without having any prior experience. I don't believe so. Now, I'm going to tell you this right up front, okay? If you want to start an embroidery, do you have to know embroidery at the time that you decide to start a business? No. However, though, before you start to sell anything, you better know what you're doing.
You'll lose customers fast.
Oh, let me tell you, the customers will come and they will go. And then when the customers go, they're going to be talking about you. They're going to be talking about you, and they're not going to like what they're going to say. Now, I'm going to tell you why I say that. To me, this is false, okay? First of all, when you are embroidering, you got to know what you're doing. First of all, you got to know how to embroider. And if you don't know how to embroider, then you're not going to do well, okay? Because people are going to come to you for products to embroider. Now, I have been embroidering for like, I think 4 to 5 years now. How long have you been?
2 to 3 years, maybe.
2 to 3 years. She has little.
I'm not sure.
You need to speak up, girl.
I'm not sure.
How long, Nancy? How long? Get in there, tell people.
I don't know how long. Embroidery itself, not that long. I've been doing other things, not so much embroidery.
Do you find it easy?
It depends what you're doing. There's things that I've done a lot of times, or a lot of repetition. You get more experience. It becomes easier. But for things, tons of mistakes.
There you go.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so
tons.
Exactly. So my whole feel on this is, if you are if you want to start a business in embroidery, to me, I feel the misperception that a lot of people get is that, oh, I can start this right away. However, though, there's so much to learn. You got to learn threads.
Stabilize.
You got to learn your machine. And when I'm talking about learning your machine, it's not just how you work your machine. You got to learn how to maintain it. You got to learn how to fix it, like tension. Tension is the biggest thing that a lot of people have problems with. And it's not, I don't know, for me, it's not hard to fix because I've been doing it for quite some time. But for someone who's new and starts to have tension issues, they're going to have a hard time fixing those tension issues because they're getting to learn the machine and they have to have an understanding of, the concept of left loosey, right tighty. No, righty tighty, lefty loosey. Or maybe I said it the wrong way, but y'all understand what I'm talking about. So anyway, but there's so many things to learn. You gotta learn stabilizer, you gotta learn your threads, you gotta learn your weight threads. There's just so much to learn.
The design, like you have to understand what will look good on what. Like you don't want to have a busy background and then embroider something on it where you can't really see what you embroidered.
And
you
need that happens.
Understand that.
And that happened to me. I had a customer that had a busy pattern, right? Mm-hmm. And then they wanted their initials on the pattern, but they wanted to use the same color, one of the same colors that was on the pattern. The color was dominant. So then once I embroidered the initial, and I told her, I was like, it ain't gonna look right. But she was like, oh, but I want it. I said, okay, but just know that I said something. Yeah. And then when I did it, she was like, oh, you're right. And then she was like, can you take it out? And I'm like, no. Not for a fee. I'll take it out, but I'm not gonna take it out just because of that. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, no.
A lot of them, they're not going to understand because they don't know the process. They don't know what you're going through. But you, as the designer, know the type of look that you want to have on a specific item.
Right.
So you can do bright colors, metallic colors, you can do all kinds of different, swirls, but you also have to look at the background that you have. And, is it a plain background or is it something that's very plush, so it will sink in? Will that look right?
Right. Do you need knockdown stitches? Yes. Because if it's too plush and you don't put the knockdown stitches, then your stitches are just going to sink in. Right. So all of this is stuff that you have to know before you start an embroidery business. And I see it all the time. People come out and say, oh, you don't need to know embroidery to have an embroidery business. Yes, you do. You have to know what you're doing. Okay. And this is the thing also that, to me, this is how I feel, is if you don't know what you're doing and then you start embroidering and you start giving that to customers, I want to tell you something, your products are really going to come out sloppy. They're not going to be good quality. And, and you got to remember, first impressions are the everlasting impression. I've always felt that way.
Right, the product is representing you. So you
exactly.
Want the product to look
it's like going in a job interview.
Yeah,
you go to a job interview, right? And you screw up like the first 2 minutes of your job interview. You ain't getting that job. You're already screwed up. You made your impression. You made your impression. Okay, so they already know you're not a good fit. Now they'll probably go with the rest of the questions, because they have to, because they want to show they gave you a fair shot. But it's the same thing with embroidery. If you give them something, the customer may go, oh, all right, she tried, or whatever. It's not exactly what I wanted. And then they'll walk off, but then they'll be like, yeah, she does embroidery, but she's not that good. They'll say that. And they're not going to say it to you, but believe me, they'll say it to other potential customers. So, you hear people say that all the time, oh, you don't need to know it. Yes, you do. You do. Okay. Now let me bring my little thing over here because I got my notes and stuff, and I am telling you guys, I'm gonna be, if you're very sensitive, I'm gonna be very raw. This whole hour, I'm gonna be very, very raw. Okay, and you just hit me if I'm too raw. Okay, and stuff. Nancy has no problem doing that. Trust me, she used to hit me all the time growing up. So anyway, if you want to start an embroidery business, You can't have any, that's a lie. Okay. I already told you guys, you got to learn how to embroider. That takes time. Okay. And it's not just knowing how to embroider well. You got to do it well. Okay. You got to, right. It takes practice. You got to understand the concept of sewing. Okay. You don't have to be an expert, but you got to understand it. You got to understand the different types of supplies that are involved and how to use them, when to use them, about the different brands out there. You know, I know that some of you guys that watch me, sometimes I tell you guys, I'm cheap. This was cheap too. She's dollar store queen. Got the VIP parking at the dollar store. Okay. I'm telling you. So it's like, we know, yeah, we know about saving money. Okay. But there are times when you can go the cheap route and save money, but there are certain things you got to spend that extra buck. Right. You got to spend it. Like, you can tell cheap fabric. Okay, Miss Banks taught me that about the cheap fabric. Oh, yes. When we went to the sewing and quilt show, I had no idea. And then she was talking to me about it, but I didn't know until we actually got there. And then she had me feel and touch the fabric. Yeah. Then I was like, okay, now I know why that fabric is worth the extra dollars. Yeah. And good fabric embroiders well. Cheap fabric, you get a lot of puckering because it's thin.
You have to double up on stabilizer.
Yeah, you double up on the stabilizer. You're going to get a lot of puckering and all that kind of stuff and everything. So, you know, you got to, you know, and that's experience, that's things you learn with experience. It really is. It really, really is. Okay. The other thing is you got to learn the machine. And I think I mentioned that. Okay. You got to learn the functions, all the functions, how to take advantage of the functions, when to use the functions. You got to know about maintenance, fixing it. There's different techniques of embroidery. You got to learn all of that and everything. So, you know, that is a big thing that I have over here on my list that I've heard people say anyone can start an embroidery business and not even have any experience. No, to me, the experience means that you did all the training, the practicing, and all that kind of stuff and everything. Then once you've excelled it and you're happy with your product, I say then you start it. Yeah, that's what it is. All right, let's go. Yeah, I think we talked that one out. Well, I did most of the talking. All she did is just shit for that, you know. But she agrees. Okay, all right. So the second one, okay, she'll stop me. That is true. If she don't agree with something, she'll sit there and go, mm-hmm. If she don't agree, she'll say something. It's cheap to start an embroidery business. That is like, that's a lie. It is not cheap. Okay. Now let's talk about the number one expense. The machine. The machine. I don't care what machine.
I have a lot of number one expenses.
What's the other one?
God, just the stabilizers, the threads. I mean, you can go crazy.
That's true. That is true.
You can go crazy because there's just so many choices, so many options out there, and your mind is just, you have to stay focused on what project you want to do. Otherwise, you'll buy out the whole store.
You're right, because every project sometimes requires something different.
Right.
And so, and that's the other thing too. A lot of people have this misperception that they think that once you do one thing, everything else you do in embroidery is going to be the exact same way. That's not true. You hoop it different. You use a different size hoop.
Yep. Different hoops, different stabilizers, different threads.
Yes.
You know, sometimes different needle. You float it, sometimes you hoop it. You know, there's so many different things.
And sometimes you can go fast, sometimes you got to go slow.
Yep.
That is true. That is very, very true, you know, and stuff. So, you know, I mean, the machine is very, 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 very expensive. Whether you get a single needle or a multi-needle, you're going to spend thousands of dollars for a good quality machine. Buying an embroidery machine can be like buying a car. I say it all the time. It's like buying a car.
I mean, they are very expensive machines.
They are.
If you want to use your money wisely, you're going to do your research.
Yes.
You're going to do all of the research to figure out not just what machine you want, but what you want to accomplish with that machine.
Exactly.
You have to look at the features they have, and then once you decide on a machine, now you have to figure out what are the best supplies that I'm going to need for that machine.
You're right.
You know, the maintenance, all that stuff comes into play.
Yeah. So, and yeah. And this is the thing too. There's so many options out there. And the thing is, when I talk about big expensive machines, a lot of times people think about multi-needle machines. That's the thing that goes through their mind. They have no idea that a flatbed single needle machine can cost exactly the same as those big multi-needle machines.
Yeah, and they're gorgeous.
They are
gorgeous.
They are.
Love them.
Oh, they're gorgeous. And I won't touch it. I won't touch it because I know I want to bring one home. I can't do it. I just can't. And stuff. Fred will kill me. Fred will kill me if I do. But yeah, you can get a single needle machine and cost you about 15 to 20 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you something. They embroider just as good as the multi-needle machines. The only difference is that the multi-needle machines have more than one needle and it has an arm. That's it. That's really it.
Yeah, you really, and that arm, I think, is the main driver, whether you buy that multi-needle machine or that
you're right. Yeah.
Because you really have to decide, are you really going to use that arm? If you are, then maybe it's worth that investment. But if you're really not going to use the arm and you're just doing gifts and things for people, or maybe even selling, things that don't require the arm, then the flatbed machine is probably your better choice.
Yeah, I didn't think about it that way. That's true. The arm is really what makes a difference, because you could also think of it like the needles can be a little big factor too, because you don't have to stand there and change every color. But if you're But I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes people don't mind sitting there changing the colors.
I actually don't mind. I mean, I have the
I kind of like doing it.
I don't mind changing the color because it kind of forces me to stop and look. Make sure everything's going. Do I have a chance to now cut some jump stitches that might get in the way? And so it's I don't mind it,
and I find it relaxing, really. When I'm sitting in front of it and I'm changing all the different needles, not the needles, the thread colors.
The whole process is enjoyable, right? Like, we are crafters because we enjoy crafting, we enjoy embroidering, we enjoy all of our different things. From start to finish, if you feel like it's just a chore, then maybe you're just in the wrong craft.
That is true. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Because it's like, it can turn into like a chore and stuff, and I don't like it.
So some people get overwhelmed because now they start getting an overwhelming amount of orders, and it just becomes turning into this business, and it's not enjoyable anymore. Well, then that's when you kind of scale back and think, is this really worth it? Because if you're not enjoying it,
a business.
Yes, but you enjoy it.
That's true, I do.
Right. So if you're not enjoying it, then just
and I actually and even though I have the multi-needle machines, I actually stand in front of everyone.
Yes, you do.
And I watch those needles go up and down because I think it's so cool. So anyway,
and Mello is the supervisor. Poor Mello's not here today.
Yeah, I left them at grandma's house and stuff. But he's gonna be here tomorrow.
I don't think he would fit in this room.
You don't think so?
Well, we can squeeze him, I guess.
We'll have him do a cameo tomorrow for sure. Okay, because Mello is with Abuela right now, and and cousin Betty and stuff, and I'm sure they're watching and stuff like that. But we'll see if I can bring Mello tomorrow, so that way he can do a little quick cameo and stuff. But so the embroidery machine is really like the most expensive thing that you have, and there's lots of machines out there too. And the thing is, at times, this is another thing too that I see a lot, is that people buy a machine just because someone they know has it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's kind of like, and to me, I look at it like, okay, there, because that's the other thing too. Like, sometimes people come up and they'll say, oh, Jeanette, you use brother. Well, it works for me. And a lot of times I don't like to tell people what machines to get. I really, truly don't. And I think sometimes I piss people off because they'll come out and say, well, what machine should I get? And I'm like, you got to get the machine that's going to fit your needs, not my needs, not anyone else's needs. It's your needs, because everybody's needs are different. You have to look at the functionality of the machine. You have to look at the support that comes with the machine. You got to look at the cost. You got to look at, is it something you can maintain on your own? You got to look at the company's reputation, the reputation of the machine. Is this something that's going to grow with you in the future? There's just so many things.
Are you making with the machine? Like, they have to have an idea of what they would like to accomplish with the machine.
Right. Like, are you going to be doing hats? Are you going to be doing shirts? Are you going to be doing book bags and stuff? Like, like when you mentioned the free arm, to me, the free arm is really very, very helpful if you're doing mostly bags.
Yeah.
Because you could do shirts on a flatbed. You could do shirts on a flatbed. It's just really the bags, like book bags and stuff like that, because you can't really like unstitch them and stuff like that. And they're just pretty
big,
more
bulky type items too. Like I wouldn't
be
able to fit like a big quilt on here, right?
No,
you can roll it up and
you would have to roll it. But if you have a book bag,
it would be difficult. There are certain items that are going to be very difficult to do on a machine, but that's why you have to have an idea of what you want to do.
Yeah, that's
to
true.
Be able to pick your machine.
Yeah, that is true.
You can't just get a machine because someone else has that machine and it looks cool.
Yeah, exactly.
You actually have to figure out what do I want to do, what do I want to accomplish, and that's the machine you should go with.
Yeah.
So,
and then a lot of people say is you can start an embroidery business with a very small budget. Now, that to me it's an iffy. Okay, that's how I consider it an iffy. Okay, the reason why I say it's an iffy is because you could, like, let's say you get something like the SC 1900, right? Mm-hmm. Well, to me, I don't know. To me, $1,000 is a lot of money. Okay, it is a lot of money for a lot of people. Okay, so I don't know if you consider that small budget. Okay,
yeah, and it's not just the machine. Like, you got the machine, great, but you have to get
hoops,
things with it.
Yeah.
Right. You need the hoops. You're going to need the stabilizer. You're going to need things, at least just the bare minimum, just to start yourself off. But you will need to invest a little bit more.
Yep.
Than just the machine.
So to me, when people come out and they say, "Oh, it's cheap to start an embroidery business," to me, that's a flat out. I don't mean to be harsh, but it's kind of like a lie. I think it's a lie. Okay. Just like they say, "Oh, you don't need to have experience to start one." That's not true. You don't need a lot of money to start one. That's not true. Okay. So already I gave you guys two big fibs that I feel that a lot of people sometimes say out there, and that's really not true. Now, are you capable of starting an embroidery business? Absolutely. But it's not without prior experience. You have to actually train it. Now, are you capable to start in an embroidery business on the cheap side? Yes, you can. But the thing is, you're not going to be spending a lot of money on big machines. You really got to be careful on where you budget and spend your money on. Okay. So, just remember it's from person's perspective. Okay. The other one is you can start an embroidery business quickly, and you can make fast money. No, doesn't happen like that. And that's why a lot of people I find get discouraged. Okay. They think, "Oh, I bought the embroidery machine and I embroidered something, and now I'm going, the money's going to fall out of the sky." It doesn't
turn it on and it's going to rain money.
Yeah, it's not going to happen like that. It really isn't. Okay. I mean,
just any business, not just embroidery, any business that you do, you have to plan it. This is why business plans are so important. I mean, banks are not going to just loan money out to people. They want a serious business plan. And there's a reason for that, Yeah. All of this cannot just be, wake up one morning and decide,
I'm going to do this.
I'm going to embroider today.
Yeah, I'm going to do this.
I'm going to make millions of dollars.
And I'm just going to do it this way. And then I'll just do it that way.
Right. It doesn't work that way.
No.
You really have to plan. You have to think about the type of customer that you want to hit,
Yes.
Thinking about, what types of materials you want to sell, who's your audience, how are you going to market to them? There's just so many things.
There's a lot. There's just so many things. And it's true what you say. I mean, if you really think about it, like big businesses, when they go get a business bank loan, that's the first thing that you get asked. Well, can we take a look at your business plan? Right. So even if you're not going for a bank loan, okay, because chances are you aren't, because you're probably starting really small and so you should really at least have an idea of what your plan is going to be, how, your small goals, your long-term goals, how, and while you're writing your goals, look at your budget and make sure your budget goes along with those goals and how you're going to do certain things and stuff. That is just so important. So a lot of times when people come out and say, oh, you can start up the business, you can do it just like that. And I feel that sometimes too, people get these perceptions that this is true when they see other people that are already in the embroidery business. Yeah. They have this, they're like, oh my God, this person's doing it, so I can do it too. And I'm not saying that you can't, but what I'm saying is what you're looking at is kind of like what I tell my son, when my son's kind of like, the young generation, right? They see the older generation, they already own a car, a home, and stuff like that. But what they didn't see was in the very beginning, they didn't have crap. No. They didn't have anything. I ain't had no car. I had to walk. I had to take a bus. You know what I'm saying?
Bus, train.
Yeah, I ain't buy a house. I didn't have a house. I was renting. I had a roommate.
People see they walk into an embroidery place and they just see a whole bunch of machines and they think, oh, they just go in and press buttons on the machine and
right,
it's an easy business, but it really isn't.
It's not. And it's something that you've got to build, and you build that with time. And what ends up happening is people don't see that. They just see the end result of years of working. Okay. A lot of people working, like some people, they start very small, like just embroidering for an organization. The next thing you know, they're embroidering for a church, or sometimes they'll start at a flea market or something like that. And then they start with a little Etsy shop, and then they start growing. And then when you see them, like Liliana from Embroidery Now, you see her shop. She has machines galore, okay? And she's doing very, very well. She has done embroidery for NBC, top-notch organizations. Yeah, she's done so much. But the thing is, she's been doing it for over 20 years. Yeah. 20 years. So, of course, she's going to be, her stuff is top-notch. And, of course, she's got, like, these big contracts with these companies. She's been around the business, for so many years and stuff. So it took her a long time to build that reputation and to build those business relationships with these companies. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So, you really got to understand that. And it's like, you can't just think that you're going to start an embroidery business and by, in a month, NBC or ABC or Disney or some big company is going to come to you and go, hey, it's not going to work like that. It's just not going to work like that.
Shirts.
Yeah, it's just not going to work. It takes time, and it takes time. So you got to have your plan. You got to stick with your plan. Yeah. You got to stay positive. You're going to have moments where you're going to want to give up. You're going to be like, oh, this is crap. This ain't working.
Yeah, and you have to have that. Well, what if one day that person does walk into your store and they want 50,000 shirts? How are you going to handle that?
Yeah.
You certainly can't do it with this one machine. Right. So you have to be cognizant of your budget.
And what you can handle.
What your plan is for growing. What do you want to invest in? Have some type of plan that said, okay, this year I'm going to do this. Next year my plan is to do that, and organize yourself and set yourself up for success, so that when that customer does walk in, you're ready for them.
And I'm ready.
You're ready.
I'm ready. I'm always ready. I make it ready. All right, let's talk about another one that people talk about all the time, that you don't need to know anything about digitizing. Okay. Now, this is how I feel about that. Okay. I am not a digitizer. However, I do know about the basics. Okay. Yeah. If you're going to be a good embroiderer, you have to know something, at least the basics. You got to know about, how to remove jump stitches, how to make small customizations to designs, which means that you're going to have to learn some type of embroidery software that's out there. And there's a lot of them.
Yeah. And even if you have someone that's digitizing for you, you need to know a little bit about it, because how do you know that they're really giving you a quality item?
And how do you know what to ask?
Yeah.
How do you know what to ask? Because sometimes you can't have a dense design.
Right.
You know, you have to know enough. Like when I reach out to my digitizer, I come on, I say, hey, this is the thread, this is the weight. I can have dense, or I can't have it too dense. Or, you know what I'm saying, and what kind of needle I'm going to use and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You have to know. So I'm not saying that you have to be the digitizer, okay? Because I hire somebody, but you got to know enough that you can make little tweaks here and there.
Right. Exactly. You have to be able to know if you're actually getting a quality item, and to be able to direct the digitizer to tweak it the way you want, or at least the way your customer wants it.
And you know what I've noticed too? There have been times when I have bought embroidery designs that were crappy.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few.
Yeah, where it had too many jump stitches all over the place.
Yes,
jump stitches everywhere that I have to remove and stuff, or
unnecessary.
Yeah, unnecessary.
If it was designed better, it wouldn't be a need for so many jump stitches.
Exactly. Yeah. And usually when you get designs like that have those unnecessary, I feel like those are digitizers that are just starting out. Awesome. And they probably just don't know how to digitize, but they started to learn, but they just haven't really brushed up the skill.
Yeah, but when you're selecting your digitizer, it's like you're hiring someone, because they are going to represent your design. So
exactly,
you want to ask questions about them. How long have they been digitizing?
Exactly.
Do you have a customer base of some kind of reference sheet? Let me reach out to some of your customers to see how they liked your design. You can also, don't be afraid to ask them those types of questions.
And you know what I do? This is a good trick. When you are working with a brand new digitizer, right? Someone that you're thinking about using, what you do is hire them, but give them a complex design. You know what that design's supposed to look like, right? So you give them this complex design, let them digitize it for you, and then you stitch out their result. And that will tell you if they're including unnecessary stitches, if the way, because that all comes with experience, guys.
Yeah.
It all comes with experience. So that's, that's how you know. Okay. So it's like you can test them. Now it may cost you a little bit, because of course, you don't want to tell them, hey, you don't want it free. I always pay. And usually they'll charge like around $10-15.
Yeah.
And I write it off as a business expense anyway. So, I'll come on, I'll say, okay, let me, and I test it out and stuff. And then I'll go, oh, okay, they do pretty good work. And then I'll just add them to my list of digitizers, just in case my number one digitizer is a little too busy.
Yeah, because
always have a list too. Don't just go one person. Don't go one person.
Yeah. And you want to make sure that person, or at least your short list of people are available, right? Because let's face it, a lot of embroidery at the end of the year, when it's Christmas time or the holidays are nearby, all of these digitizers are going to get busy, because they've gotten now all of these orders. So you want someone that is going to have a good response time, that will get your product when they said, so if they, are their promises what they deliver?
Yes.
And making sure they give you the best item.
And most importantly, somebody that, if they give you a design and you see a mistake, because this is the number one thing that I hear a lot of people complain about is, I got a design digitized, right? And then once they got it digitized, they go to digitize it, and then all of a sudden the digitizer doesn't return a call.
Yeah, that's
because it's like, hey, this isn't digitizing right. And then they call them, and then it's like they're gone. They gave you the file, they got your money, they don't got to talk to you anymore. You know, and that to me are the digitizers you want to stay away from.
Yeah.
That is the one, because
someone who's going to be flexible with you.
Customer service.
Yeah, and you'll just continue to bring them more business. So.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like I'm all over Faisal. That's my man. I use them all the time. Referred Faisal to has always been happy about him too. Yeah. They've always had the same great, awesome experience that I have and stuff. So yeah. And I think so. Okay, so that was the other big myth and bold lie that I hear people say. You don't need to know anything about digitizing. No, you do, because you have to sometimes. And not only that, do you really want to send out everything to a digitizer? That can be a lot of money, especially little stuff. If you just need to remove jump stitches and all that kind of stuff, I already got videos on that on the channel on how to remove jump stitches and everything, how to merge files together and stuff. However, I do use Embroidery, and there's a lot of software out there.
Yes.
Now, are you playing around with the software that Miss Banks told you about?
Yes, I looked at it a little bit. I haven't had too much time lately, but yeah, I've been kind of playing around. So far, so good.
What's the software? It's by Dime. It's by Dime, the one that Nancy's playing around with. And I think it's free.
It is free. It is free, but it's kind of similar to Embroidery, where it has different modules. And so it gives you the free package, which allows you to do a lot of stuff. But if you want to get more serious and do more serious things with the program, then you have to purchase a different module.
So they kind of use the same business module.
Yeah, they still get you to build up to it. Okay, so like I'm still kind of playing with it, and I want to kind of compare that to Embroidery to figure out which one I would like to use.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See, she's playing around with the Dime, and see, but she's a Windows girl. Because you're not Apple.
I'm not Apple. I'm not Windows.
I'm an Apple girl.
I'm Windows.
See, that's the one thing we don't agree. I love my Macs. But Nancy will not get away from Windows. Okay, but that's okay. It's all good. Okay, so all right. So what else do I have on here? Okay. The other thing that I have is that you can use the same embroidery prices that other people use. That is not true. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you why. All right. First of all, every state has its own different cost of living. Okay. And I'll give you an example of this. If you, let's say Walmart, okay, Walmart is supposed to be like the most affordable items, I guess, that you can get. But every Walmart in every state has a different type of price for items. Okay. And it really depends on the location. There are some locations where the salaries are very high, the cost of living is very high. So in those areas, you can charge more for embroidery. There are some areas where the cost of living is very low. Okay. And because the cost of living is very low, you should have been able to get, in my opinion, the embroidery machine should have been less, your thread should have been less, and your stabilizer, but I think it kind of depends too, because if you buy some of your stuff off of Amazon, I think Amazon is the price for everybody.
Yeah, but when you're pricing your stuff, I think you don't want to be the cheapest person around. No, right? You never want to be that, go to this person because she's real cheap. You don't want your entire business to be reliant on the fact that you are the lowest price, because things happen and prices go up, and you need to be able to recover. That was somewhere in the middle. Get your profit in place. You need to be able to control your costs, and you always will keep that happy medium to keep your business going.
Damn, you're good, Professor Nancy. She's good, ain't she good? Anyway, you can tell I'm the jokester of the family. She's the serious one. She's a serious one, okay? And so sometimes conversations at the dinner table, she comes off with that, and I just be like, I'm like, okay, all right. No, but it is true. What you said was very true. I'm joking. It's true. Okay, it is true. I totally agree. But you got to have a pricing strategy too.
You do.
You got to know how you're going to be pricing, how, dense designs, stretch designs, how you're going to price applique, the different types of products that you're going to embroider and stuff like that. Make sure, because that's the other thing too. You hear that all the time. You even see that on Facebook. People come out and say, hey, I got this, and this is how many stitches. How much would you guys charge? And I'm like, okay, this is the thing that goes through my mind.
What's your customer base?
And how much time is it going to take you? Do you have a multi-needle or do you have a single needle? How many color changes are in there? And what are you going to be embroidering on? Is it something that's easy to hoop, or is it something that's hard to hoop?
Is it something super expensive and plush and, difficult to work with? Right?
And how much is your blank? If they're not providing the blank and you're providing the blank, then are you incorporating the cost of that?
And your time.
Exactly.
Because there are things that take a lot longer to do because the material that you're working with is difficult. So it's and you might have to take you longer. You maybe have to babysit.
And you got to slow down that machine.
Right.
You got to slow down that machine so you don't know. So it's really like, when they ask that question, it's kind of like you really got to come out and say, okay, I mean, there's just so many more details that need to be thought about when you're incorporating a price. You can't just blur out a price. And then it's kind of funny because then I see in the comments people say, oh, I charge $15. I charge this. I charge that. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, that poor person, they might be getting robbed, because, and then they're not even incorporating their time.
Yeah.
They're just focused on the stitches. So I'm like, okay.
They wonder why they didn't make money at the end of the
year. You're right. Yeah. And then you wonder, because then when you run your numbers, because think about it, when you're running a business, you have to think about all your expenses. Every time by needle, everything. Okay. All that has to come together. And then you're right. And then you go ahead and you just charge $15. But if you really thought about it, you probably only made $1.
Yeah. And then was that worth all that time?
Yeah. That's the other question.
The business has to be worth it. Otherwise, then it's not really a business. It's just truly a hobby, which is
that's a good point.
You have to draw that line.
That
is true.
Do I
want a hobby or do I want a business?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right. Because and a real true business, that's your bread and butter. Yeah, that's your bread and butter. That's how you pay your rent. Yeah. That's how Carlito.
It's very difficult if you start off being just a hobby and not caring about the expenses or anything like that, no plan, and then now decide to do a full-blown business. There are some changes you're going to have to make.
Yeah, that's true. And I forgot what I was going to say. You messed me up.
Have a pina colada water.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, there you go. Okay, so let me see. What else do I have on here? I was going to say something, and I know it was important, too.
I don't know what you were
it was important. I know we were talking about money, because, I always got something to say about money, and stuff. Okay. What was I going to say? Oh, I was going to say, if I didn't run my embroidery business like a real business card, you'd be sleeping on a bench.
Oh.
Yeah, because that's how I pay for my son's college dorm and stuff. Because, shoot, we count on that money, I tell you. And I really got to hustle and stuff. So, can't wait for him to graduate. So that way I can really be like, if I make money, good. If I don't, it's okay.
He will get there.
Yeah. He has 1 year left. Hurry up, Carlito, if you're watching. Okay. So anyway. Or you're going to have to move in with Titi. Okay. So.
He loves you.
Titi loves you. Look at that. Trying to make it all on me. Okay. Let me see. Oh, yeah. On the other thing that a lot of people come out and say that embroidery, once you master how to embroider one item, you're golden. That's not true. And because I think what it was I was watching a video, and the person, and I was looking at the chat, right? And the person came out and said, I'm only going to embroider what I want to embroider. And that's it. And I'm thinking to myself, then you don't have a true embroidery business, because you're going to have a lot of customers. And this is why it's so important for you to sharpen up that skill set is because customers, when they come to you, embroidery is very customized. It's a very customized skill. So people are going to come with you with different types of items and ask for different types of embroidery. They're going to ask for customized logo. They're going to ask for initials. They're going to ask for personalization. Sometimes personalizations are done on different types of fabric. So you have to really know how to work with different things. And that's why I always say not two jobs are really the same.
And you need to be flexible. Like there's different things that are trending all the time.
Right.
So as things trend, if you stay stuck on the one thing and something else is trending, you're going to be left behind.
Yeah, and you're not going to make the money because you're going to miss the sales.
You won't. Everyone's going to be focused on whatever this new trend is,
yes.
And you're stuck in this one thing, and then you'll just be known as, oh, that's just the person that, let's say it was shirts. Oh, she just does shirts. So, we go to this other one that does everything. That's what they're looking for, convenience. They're not going to stick to just one person that just does.
And for one item.
Yeah.
And just for that one item.
Yeah. You need to be flexible and you need to go with the trends, You
do.
Don't be afraid to explore new things.
I mean, it's okay if you experience, like I have kitchen towels and dinner napkins. That's my favorite thing. Yep. However, though, if you look at my shop, I do have some other different stuff in there. But the thing is also is that I even have like a little notation in my shop saying, if you need something custom made, reach out to me and see if I can help you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you have to be willing to show people that you do different stuff, that your skill is wide enough that you can do other stuff. You can't just lock yourself in.
No.
Yeah. So it's like, it's not going to work like that, and stuff. Okay, let me see. There is something else that I have put in here also. Oh, yeah. A lot of times what it is also, let me see. Oh, God. Okay, where is it? All right. I have put in here, you can't run the business on your own without outside help. Now, this is what I mean by it, is you have to really think about the vendors. And, when you're running an embroidery business, you have to think about your vendors, which are the ones that provide blanks. Mm-hmm. And you got to be very careful about blanks. You want quality blank, but you don't want the blanks to break your bank.
Yes.
Which is why it really is important. I mean, I know a lot of people sometimes like to buy blanks by certain, from certain companies and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Me personally, though, I do get my blanks from overseas for the simple fact that I find that a lot of these companies, that's what they're doing. They're getting their blanks from overseas. No, so, and it is the same quality. Now, the thing is, you have to search for the right vendor overseas. So I usually buy a sample. So that way I can see what the material is going to look like. And then if it's something that's good, then I'll say, okay, I'll order 50 of them and stuff. So there's a lot of places, like they have Alibaba is really good. Mm-hmm. And I just got a big order in of the baby quilt blankets. And I got to tell you, they did a fantastic job on those blankets and stuff. Yeah. And there's dhgate.com is another great place. No, it's DH.
Yeah, DH.
DHgate.com is another great place where you can buy stuff wholesale and stuff like that. So you really have to, look at that, because you got to remember too, blanks is a big cost. Okay. Now, it may not cost that much if you have if you provide embroidery services to customers and they bring you the blank. Then that's a whole different other thing. They're bringing you the blank, so then all you're doing is charging the service.
But you're taking the responsibility on the blank that they're providing.
Exactly. So and you are taking, it's a whole different risk.
Right.
It's a different risk on that too, because usually what I will do in that situation too is I tell the customer, where did you get this blank from? And I let them know up front, if I mess it up, I'll replace it. It's okay. I'll replace it. But think about this. If I mess it up and I replace it, that means I didn't make no money.
Right.
I made no money. Okay. So
yeah, it's
a risk. But if you're good and you know what you're doing, you're okay taking that risk. You're okay doing
and
it.
that comes with time and practice.
Right. That comes with time and practice. Now, I ain't going to lie. I was one of those where I was like, oh, I ain't touching that. I ain't touching that. They would come with me with shirts and stuff. And I would be like, no. You know who pushed me, though, to do that? Liliana.
Yeah.
She pushed me. She was like, Jeanette, get over that fear. Let it go. Let it go. Just tell the customer, how much did that shirt cost? Okay, fine. Then, tell her where did you buy it? Then you go and you order the new one. Just be upfront with them. Tell them. Yeah. And then I was like, oh, are you sure? And you know what really freaked me out? When I did the car hat jackets. Those construction jackets.
Ones? Okay.
Oh. I was fine doing the jackets until I reached out to Liliana. And then she told me, she goes, oh, those are nice jackets. They're $250 a pop. And I was like, what? I didn't know. I did not know. And I was like, one or two things are going to happen. Either they're going to come out great or the whole family's going to have jackets. We all got brand new jackets. I'll just make patches and put them on. But they came out good. It came out successful. So it was okay. Yeah. But those guys, let me see. I want to make sure I got everything. Yeah. Those are like the biggest fibs.
Misconceptions of embroidery.
She says misconceptions. I say lies. They're lying. They're lying. They're just lying. They're just telling you a lie. And so I don't know why, but people need to just be upfront, be honest, tell it like it is. Okay. It's not that you can't accomplish it. It's not that. But the thing is, this is the problem that I have. Is that it's not that I want to tell people they can't do it. It's that I prefer the truth up front, that these are challenges you may come across, and these are things you need to be aware. Yeah. So that when it happens and they come across it, life is so perfect and always shines. You're never gonna make a mistake.
But
you don't have to learn embroidery software.
You are going to make mistakes, but it's your reaction that will determine what happens next, right? So you could just say, I messed it all up. I give up. I'll never touch another embroidery item again.
Or you could do like me, where you curse. Yeah. And you want to take the machine, throw it out the window. Yeah. But then you say, oh, heck, I spent all this money. Let me just keep going.
Yeah. So
you can do that.
You learn from your mistakes and you keep going.
I mean, it's like, whatever.
It's like, oh, and you laugh about it, right? Like sometimes I'll look at some stuff that I did early on and I'm like, oh my God, what was I thinking? Yeah. But, hey, you've learned and you've grown. And then that kind of helps you think back like, wow, I've really progressed from when I started until now.
That is true.
So you can really see, how much you've grown.
Yeah. But people always I feel like people give other people the perception that like everything's perfect. Everything's going to be perfect. And it just does not happen. Yeah. It just does not happen like that. It's like, you got to know the truth. You just got to, it's like, everybody be doing it. Yeah. Everybody would be doing it if it was easy. True. But it's a lot of work.
It is. But if you are determined,
you can do it.
You will do it.
You can do it.
It's all about putting yourself in the right position.
Exactly. So now I'm going to go through the chat, guys, as I always do. This is the fun part. This is the fun part that you like. Oh my God. Okay. All right, guys. All right. Me and Nancy going to go through the chat because it is close to an hour. It's getting really close to an hour.
No wonder you're on for a while. Like, it goes so fast.
It does. The hour does go fast. But you do an hour too.
I know, but it doesn't feel like the hour. And I always feel like, I don't want everyone to just wait around. Like, they have stuff to do. I'm trying to show them everything as fast as I can.
Oh, it's Friday. We're all hanging out.
Yeah, we got our,
we got our pineapples.
There we go.
These actually have lights in the bottom that Nancy got. She got them from the dollar store again.
I did. I got them from the Dollar Tree.
Oh my God.
I thought they would be fun with the light.
And you know what? I'm actually going to videotape us going to the Dollar Tree.
Yay.
I am. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that because Nancy's like, I got to go to Dollar Tree. Got to go to Dollar Tree.
I got to take her.
All right, so I'm going to have to go. I'm going to do a shopping spree with her, and I will videotape it. And we'll put them on our channel so that you guys can see her in action with those coupons and stuff.
Yes.
All right, so let's go down the chat and see. I see Kay and Sassy. Hey, Deborah, how you doing? I see Miriam. Cindy, how are you? You made it on time, girl. I see Marlene. How are you, honey? Hey, Iris. How you doing? Veronica, Peggy, J Love, Barbara from New Jersey. Hey, Blue Bloods girl. How you doing, hon? Hey, Alicia. Danielle, how you doing, hon? Hey, Judy. I see Emma, Deborah. I see Judy again. Aaron, how you doing? Hey, Robin's Quilt Basket. Let's see. I don't see nobody saying we can't hear you, so I think they heard us.
I hope so.
I hope so too. And not I've been talking for a whole hour by myself. They're probably like, look at her. Hey, Small Fry, how you doing? Let me see. Let's see. Hey, Crafty Puerto Rican, how are you? You know, when I came here to Miami too, oh my God, it was the bad weather. I drove through a storm.
Yes.
And now Crafty Puerto Rican, she's in Maryland. So I'm like, oh my God. So now and Danielle's in Virginia. I bet they got the nice weather, and I came with the rain. Ain't there something? It's like, and so you should have went up there. She visit me. She don't like it up north. It's cold. See, she don't like the cold.
I don't like the cold.
No, she doesn't.
I don't.
Oh my goodness. Yep, that is in the neighborhood, Florida. Hey, Judy, how are you? Let's see. Hey, Trish, how you doing? Let her rip. I'm all ears. Hey, Angela. Hey. And if you guys think of any like things that you hear that you really don't think is true, put it in the chat, because I would love to talk about that, because because those are the ones that I thought of. Yeah. So I'm just like interested in knowing if you guys ever heard of anything else. Hey, Nettie, I see Sue out there. Simone. Hey, Mickey, how you doing? Hey, Miss Cole, how are you? Hey, Simone. I see Simone over there. Sisters. Oh my God. Hey, Sassy sisters. There were never such devoted sisters. Never had a champion, no sir. I'll keep an eye on her, Carrie. Oh, Sassy, I love your little cartoon. That cartoon, I know that's famous, right? Who is that?
Yeah, I can't think of the name right off the bat. But yeah, you have like cards and stuff.
Yeah, I like that one. It's cute.
Those are fun.
Yeah. And so, hey, Iris, how you doing? Hey, Private Chef, how are you? Chelsea's on. Let's see. Going through here. What's the best thread to use? I've been told different things. Hey, Miss Cole. Okay, now the best thread that I've actually have used in my experience has always been Madeira. Yeah, Madeira has actually been the best one. And what I like about it is I get them from allstitch.com. Yeah, the reason why
probably the best.
Yeah, and the reason why I do allstitch.com is because they have two sections where you can buy the 40 weight and the 60 weight. And sometimes you need to buy thread in the 60 weight, and it's really hard to buy it in the different colors that you need.
Yeah.
So I always do allstitch.com, and I always like Madeira. Now, I do use the sim threads also.
I do have a lot of sim threads.
Yeah.
That's what was like my starter thread.
Yeah, she's got the sim threads. She's got like a whole bunch over here.
Yeah.
And stuff here. I'll show you. Let me show them your thread. See, this is her little thread collection. See? So she has a bunch of sim threads, and she also brought a collection of metallic stem strap.
Metallic thread, yeah.
Yeah, metallic thread. Now, I'm going to tell you something, though. You got a lot of wrappers on those embroidery threads.
I do.
Yeah. So you've been knitting more than embroidery.
Have lately. It's just,
Yeah.
I've got to get myself back into embroidery. It's just that, winter time, it just brings out the knitting and crocheting. And then now it's going to start being spring and summer. So I might just, flip into sewing and embroidery.
And see, and I'm the opposite at home because I do all embroidery, and I do have some yarns that you can see the chain where I started it, and then there you go.
Oh no, and the thing is with knitting and crocheting, I can take it on the go. So I'm constantly having to sit and wait, in doctor's appointments or anything. True. And this is something I can take with me, and it, helps keep me calm when I get a little antsy of, having to wait for so long for things.
And she hangs out a lot at the doctor's office because our parents are old.
Yes.
They're getting up there.
So
they're getting up there.
Helps,
so and doctor's appointments is my mom and my dad's time to get out of the house. I think they do that on purpose.
They have a lot of appointments.
Yeah, they do because they're getting up there. But I think it's their way to get out.
Yeah. It's the thing to do when you're at that age.
I think we're gonna be the same.
You before me.
Yeah, I'm 5 years. No, I'm 3 years older.
3 years older.
I'm 3 years older than you. 5 years older than me is Fred, my husband. Yes. My husband's 5 years older than me. Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, Miss Cole, I hope that helps you and stuff, because those have been that I found the really the best quality thread. Now there are others out there too, like I've heard of the one with the F, fluoride. You don't have it here.
No,
it's not called really fluoride. It's Florida, something like that.
FLOR.
Yeah, FLORI something, and you could usually find those in a sewing shop and stuff. Man, it's hot in here. But anyway, okay, it's that Florida sun, okay, but it's not really out there. It's all these lights. You should see her lights. Her whole ceiling is nothing but lights. I admit, I'm a little jealous of that, the studio thing. She got the whole thing hung up. But, I'm natural. You guys that watch me know I'm natural. Even when
we'll get you there.
She's determined. Okay, all right, whatever. I kind of like the natural stuff. I don't mind holding the camera and stuff like that, and then go, "Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to drop you," But oh well. But anyway, but I hope that helps, Miss Cole. Let's see. Hey, Kimmer, how are you? The biggest lies. Oh my goodness. The biggest lie. Any craft, I think, is expensive to start. Yes, Simone, it is expensive. Oh, look what she said. The blanks. Mm-hmm. The blanks. It's true. Good quality blanks cost money. Now, you could get the cheap blanks.
You can at the Dollar Tree, and you can use those to practice, right?
Yes, because it's hot in
those stitches. It's having a little hot.
I'm having anyway. Okay. All right. No, yes, the blanks, because this is the other thing too. The cheap blanks, right? They are thin. And when you're embroidering, and if you have a very dense design, especially if you're doing fonts and stuff like that,
fall apart.
Yeah, you get puckering.
Yeah.
You get the puckering, and you really have to put a lot of stabilizer in there, and then you got to starch it and all that kind of stuff. And
well, I love to starch. I starch everything.
That's because she uses that. What's the starch that you use? The one that has the thing. Where is it? So we can show. Oh, okay. This is like, you know why she likes to starch? All right. She likes to starch because this is what she uses. Miss Ellen's best press. Now, I ain't going to lie. This is nice. I mean, let me show you what it is. See? This is nice. And they come in different scents. But I gotta tell you, I think Nancy gets high off of this. I think she does, because when she starts to do that, she's like, whoo, and next thing, and how many you got?
I have a few.
You have a few
other brands.
Do you have the linen one?
No, I didn't buy that.
What, you just love
the lavender.
Yeah, the lavender one. Yeah, oh my God, I think she gets high off of this.
I love the lavender.
Oh my God, Nancy.
I do a lot, of the starching especially when I'm, sewing and quilting.
She's into quilting. She's into quilting. Now I'm gonna tell you though, starching is a good trick for embroidery, and a lot of people don't know that. Because if you starch fabric, especially like if you do shirts and stuff like that, if you starch it, it gives the fabric a little more strength on top of the stabilizer that you use.
Yeah, the starch will make it'll change something that's kind of, if you look at actual fabric, I don't know if I have a piece here, it's very floppy. When you put that,
it makes
starch,
it
gives it a little bit more structure and it stabilizes it more, so that you could then kind of embroider on it and it'll have a stiffer type look and holds itself in place. So it'll
you got nicer. These little pieces and stuff. Oh my
absolutely.
God. She throws away nothing. Okay. Nothing. She throws away nothing. Oh my God. I bet you she'll quilt with this.
Oh yes, I will. I can get a little inch out of this. Look, this if I measure.
Oh yes, you can. You're right. Okay, I just put it on the thing. Here. She has a ruler on the table, and she's got about this. So yeah, you can. Yes, okay. I can. All right, let me shut up. She knows what she's doing. All right. Okay, I'll keep shut before she knocks me out. Okay, so yeah, but totally, Simone got it. Blanks is a big thing. Okay. And yeah, you're right.
Lisa, she's got the SE
and 1900. Yep, and this is the SE 1900 right here. Nancy got it too. Nancy got it too. It's a very popular machine, and it's a very good machine too.
It's very good.
Yeah,
it's great quality.
It is, and I really love the way that it embroiders and it even sews.
Yeah,
I like the way it does both good. So I really like that and stuff. She said she got free classes when she bought hers. Nice. Miss Cole said that. I didn't get any free classes. And so, I got it off of Amazon.
I live in South Florida, so it's very difficult to find anything down here.
Yeah. It is.
It's very, very rare.
Oh, and then look, this is something that Angela in Stitches say, custom some more after the purchase of the machine is very important. And I totally agree with her, because I'm going to tell you something. It's kind of like, when you buy anything, right? Some people are they want to try to sell something, right? So you're always going to get the best customer support before they get your money.
Oh, of course.
You know what I'm saying? But then after you have your money, then it's like, okay, they got my money now. So they sometimes will stop talking to you and all that kind of stuff. So you want to, they're too busy for you and stuff like that. And most importantly, are they still going to work with you after you own that machine for 1 or 2 or 3 years? Mm-hmm. That's the thing. Because sometimes they may still work with you if you're a brand new customer, but after you've had that machine for several, 2 or 3 years, are you going to get good quality customer support? Yeah. And a lot of times people overlook that.
Yeah.
They get a machine because they saw someone else got it, and they figured it works for them, so it's going to work for me. And they don't, and this is the thing too, how much is that support going to cost you?
Yeah, never walk into a store and just buy the machine.
Ask those questions.
You have to go a couple of times. Go in there, just browse, and keep your ears open. Listen to the customers, listen to the salespeople, listen to the conversations that are happening around you, because you'll get a sense of, the salespeople and the type of store that you're in. Are they just wanting to make a sale and grab your money?
Yeah.
Or do they really know what they're talking about? Did they seem helpful?
Yeah. You're buying a car.
Yeah.
You're buying a car. It's the same thing like when you buy a car.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I'll go in there and just listen, and then I'll go in there and play around with the machines. And, I'll go in a couple times before I actually purchase it.
Yeah. Same thing. Yeah. And also you want to know how much it's going to cost for the support.
Yeah.
Because some people, they'll come and say, oh, you get free customer support, but it's only for a little bit.
Yeah.
It's only for 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year. And then after that free customer support ends, how much does it cost then? You know what I'm saying?
Just remember that, parts don't last forever.
Right.
They
it's
don't
a machine.
Make parts to last forever. They make parts to last a certain amount of time.
And usually that's when their warranty ends.
Exactly. So you definitely want to check what parts are you using for the machine? Like, where are they getting their parts from?
Right.
Look at the reviews to see, have many people complained of a specific function of the machine that doesn't go well.
And repairman. Can you find someone that's going to come to your home to repair that equipment?
And how quickly will they come?
Yes.
Right.
Because if you're running a business,
waiting for a month.
Oh yeah. And what happens if your machine breaks down during Christmas time?
Yeah.
And you got orders you got to fill.
Sales.
Are you going to tell me that you're going to come in February to fix my machine? That ain't going to work.
Yeah.
That's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So Angela, absolutely. Big point. You got to make sure that you talk about that. You think about that stuff. Oh, look at that. Simone says she bought a Huss SE machine that is no longer supported, but she loves it. Sews like butter.
And sometimes you will get lucky to find those machines out there.
My girlfriend Robin has a Huss machine. She likes it too. Yeah, that's what she uses and stuff.
Yep.
So Moan, enjoy that machine and stuff. I heard Huss is a very good machine and stuff. Hey Sassy, how you doing? Let's see anything else. Hey Susan, I see Susan out there. Oh, Kimmer said that she bought a single needle machine. Now all my neighbors want business hats. There you go, girl. Make that money. Make that money. Girl, go get that pina colada. Make that money. But don't be drinking while you're sewing, though. You have to drink afterwards. And so I embroidered once while I was drinking wine. It didn't come out very good. All my stuff came out crooked. So I was like, oops. Let's see what else. I wish brother made a 16. You know what, J Love? Sometimes I kind of wish that too. They made a 16 needle machine and brother makes it so easy. I kind of agree. I kind of wish they had more needles. But in reality, though, J Love, I think I have only used more than 10 needles in the whole time that I own that machine, about like maybe 3 times. And it's because of the design, because I added more colors to the design. That's about it. But I don't really go past the 10 and stuff. But if they had a 16, I would buy it.
But, I would go to the brother website in their customer service or surveys or that area. Send them an email and let them know. Enough people ask for it, they will consider it.
They probably will. Yeah. And stuff. Because I do like their functionality. That's the reason why I went with brother.
Yeah.
Because I like the scanning capability.
Yeah.
The scanning capability, nice. I think, is awesome. They got scanning. They got the snowman capability. I mean, I really like the functionality and the ease of the use of the machine. Yeah, and stuff. So it kind of works for me and stuff. Oh no, Becca, I gave up because I couldn't get, and it's expensive. It is expensive. See, I mean, it is, and see, that's the thing. See, and Becca, don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Just do it little by little. Just do it little by little.
You can
start small.
Yeah, but if you can't purchase a brand new machine, you can get used machines.
Yes, you can.
Check garage sales.
Facebook.
All kinds of estate auctions.
Yeah, Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
If you type embroidery machine, sometimes you can find somebody's trying to sell an embroidery machine within your neighborhood.
Yeah, or even they have websites out there where you can see different types of auctions that are happening from businesses. And a lot of times I have seen old embroidery equipment. It may not be the latest and greatest, but it is commercial equipment that you can purchase very, very cheap.
Another thing you could do too is if you go to your sewing shop and let them know that you are looking for an embroidery machine. Sometimes there are people that will try to trade in an embroidery machine to upgrade to a new machine. And if they know that a customer comes out and says, hey, I want to, I have a 6 needle machine, I want to trade it in for a 10 needle machine or something like that, and you let the sewing shop know that you're interested in buying one, they can contact you and put you in touch with that person. And
they may have a list,
and they sell them at a discount.
Yeah.
And buy their floor models too.
Yep. That's another one.
Yeah, they have sample machines. They have sample machines out there. Sometimes, if the new machines are coming out and they want to get rid of the old ones, they'll say that's what Miss Banks
or like
does.
Miss Banks told you when you have those fairs, go on the last day and the last few hours.
Yes, that's another
see what
thing.
Haggling you can do out there.
Yes, she did. She said you always go. She likes to go at the sew and quilt show, and she goes the last day because what happens is the vendors, they don't want to carry all this stuff back with them. Right. So it's like the last day they're more willing to like knock out a couple of hundreds of dollars. Like Danielle, she bought her sewing table.
Yeah,
for $1,500, and that was I think it was like a $3,000 sewing table that she got. She got it half price.
Yeah,
half price. Well, she loves that table too.
It was beautiful.
I think she hugs it every day. I think she does. She hugs it every day. She loves that table. That's her baby. And so that was her big purchase last year. So, and then I saw the sewing machines, and I went the last day with Miss Banks, and when we were going at the sewing machine, every time I sat at the sewing machine, the vendor would tell me, hey, I could cut you a deal if you're interested in that sewing machine. Even though I really wasn't, I just wanted to try the different embroidery machines and the different sewing machines.
Right.
But they were ready to cut deals. So that is another great place. And they had multi-needle machines there too.
Yep.
Yeah, brother had a multi-needle machine there.
He did.
Yeah. So, nice. That is another good way to do it and stuff. The price of software can cost more than the machine. Yes, Bob is correct. Yeah, because it depends. And this is the other thing too, since Bob mentioned software. That's another thing too. People think that when you get into embroidery, you don't have to invest in embroidery software.
Yeah.
It's like you just think, people have this perception that you just buy the machine and that's it.
But I think, again, the mistake people make is they start buying all the modules and they think they need everything. Buy the modules
that you
need them.
Yes.
Don't go out and just invest in all of the modules because you may not need them. Like, only invest on the things that you're interested in making.
Right. Like when I started at Brilliance, I just bought essentials. Yeah. And then when I wanted to add knockdown stitches, I bought enthusiasts. Now, when Fred got the itch where he wanted to do digitizing, that's when we bought Stitch Artist 1, 2, and 3. But then he quickly found out digitizing ain't easy.
No, it's not.
It's not easy. It's a skill. It is a true skill. Okay. And it's something that you got to master and you have to practice and all that kind of stuff. Just like how you have to learn how to run those embroidery machines, you really got to know how to digitize and to digitize well. That takes practice. So when he saw how complicated it was, he was like, because he saw dragon and he wanted to do a dragon on the jacket. He wanted to merge a dragon with a cognac glass.
Okay.
Or some drinking glass. He wanted to wrap the dragon around, which I'll probably just give it a fossil do. But I mean, it was just like, Fred was like, oh my God. And then when he turned on the design and he saw all the nodes and all the stitches, he was like, this is thousands.
It's a lot of patience you have to have for that too.
Exactly. So that's why, and that's another thing too, have respect for these digital, especially the good ones. Trust me, it is work. It is not easy for them. You're talking about thousands of stitches that they got to work on. So yes, Bob, thank you so much for pointing that out about the software, that it can be expensive. It certainly can. It can be very expensive. And there's something that you have to learn. It is part of the package and stuff. That's why, when a lot of people come out and say, oh, it's so easy to start an embroidery business. No, there's a lot that you have to learn before you can start saying, I'm going to take customers now. You can't just buy the machine and open the door. It doesn't happen like that. It just doesn't happen and stuff. So, Bob, thank you so much for mentioning that because I just touched on the software just a little bit and stuff. Let me see. And then I see here we got Marlena. I'm inching closely to purchase a 1055. Thank you for answering my mail. Oh, you're welcome, Maria. But remember, at the end of the day, Make sure that you're making the decision that's for you. Okay, make sure, do your research and stuff, so that, because at the end of the day, it's important that you're happy with that machine, and you got to be comfortable with that machine. Okay, because you want to learn it and stuff like that. So and then Cole says she needs to find her niche, but right now she just wants to learn and have fun, and she has 2 heat presses, vinyl, and a Cricut. She's getting there. She's getting there. She's building. She's building her way.
Yeah.
You go, Miss Cole. You go, Miss Cole. Ah!
Look at that Cricut, because you actually can do a lot of things. You can do quilting with the Cricut. You can cut fabric with the Cricut.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yes, you can. Yeah.
And you can cut correctly with the Cricut, because that's the one that cutting. I suck
if
cutting.
You're interested in paper piecing, you can cut out the templates, or
that's true.
You can do English paper piecing and do like the hexagons, and so you cut out the hexagons and then get the glue stick and then just apply it.
I mostly use my Cricut for the heat vinyl transfer.
I did at first. I think everyone just wanted to make a shirt, right? Like it was like the big thing when it first came out. But it's transformed. You can do so many things now. I do a lot of like cards. I do, things for my quilting, cutting fabric, things like that. There's just so many things.
Oh, then I guess I better keep my cards when you give them to me, huh?
Yes.
Oh.
Especially the embroidered ones.
I do. I hang them.
Okay.
I do. I have.
Check.
No, I do, because you've given me embroidered and Miss Banks given me embroidered cards.
Okay.
And stuff. And I think Sandra gave me an embroidered card. I have them all hanging.
Okay.
I'll take a picture when I get home to make sure.
Yes.
So I can show you.
I'll be looking.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, I do not get rid of my embroidered cards, but I didn't know you were making the other cards with Cricut.
Yes, I make other cards with Cricut too.
I'll save them.
A lot of them.
Mello ate them.
No. Leave Mello alone.
I always get Mello in trouble. Okay. Let me see. Let's see. I spent Private Chef said she spent $1,100 on her PE 800, $200 on the supplies, and used hoops, $19. Yep. And Becky says, I'm so discouraged. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Because you're probably discouraged too, because you know all these lies that people say that it's easy and stuff like that. You have this perception and stuff. It takes time, Becky. It takes time. That's why it's like I really just wanted to tell you guys, because like I feel like people out there are just coming out saying, "Oh, it's so easy, so easy."
Well, no, I think they're gonna turn the machine on and make a real complex design. Like start with the simple things and build up your skills.
Exactly, and learn the machine and take your time, and don't compare yourself to other people too. A lot of people do that. Like they compare. They're like, "Oh, I got to." You're not in a race. You're not in a race. You're doing this on your own time, your own pace. You learn. Have fun with it.
Right.
That's to me is the important thing.
That's the most important.
Right.
If you're not having fun with it, what's the point?
Yeah. And you know what, Becky, this is another thing. Think about it this way. At the end of the day, even if okay, let's say so business doesn't happen. So, all right. So guess what? Everybody in your family and all your friends, they're getting embroidered gifts.
You get a lot of gifts.
That's it. You give gifts. You give the best gifts because you can do the personalized gifts. Your gifts are the ones that when you show up at the baby shower and they open up the thing, everybody goes, "Whoa, wow!"
That did happen to me once.
It did. It happened. It's a good feeling, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're like, "Wow!"
Did your head get that big?
Yeah.
Yeah. Your head gets
like,
big.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah. And then everybody opens up all the other gifts, and then everybody's like, "Oh, that's cute. That's cute." But everybody goes back to your gift. Yeah. They're like, "Oh, but that's just gorgeous," and you're like,
"Yeah, but be ready because then everybody wants something made."
Yeah, but that's how you get customers too.
Yeah,
and that's how you grow. So Becky, I'm just saying, hint, girl, hint. Don't give up. Every listing costs 20 cents. Yes, on Etsy. Yes. Marlene, yes. It's Iris says would say it's ignorance. Yeah. It is. And look at that. Even Robin Quote Basket said, "Don't be discouraged, Becky. You'll get there." And it's true. You're gonna get there. You're going to get there. And I just want to make it like really like clear, you guys. I'm not telling you guys this stuff because I want to discourage anyone. That's not what this is about. This isn't like what it's because I don't want you guys to be caught off guard. Because I just feel like a lot of times people give like misperceptions of certain things. And I don't want, I want you guys to have a clear head of what you're getting into. So that way, when these challenges come, you know how to handle it. You're okay. You're like,
as long as you stay focused, you know what you want to accomplish. Stay focused to the task and see it through. Don't nilly-willy, don't, wishy-washy. Maybe I just do one little piece. And if you really want to do it, you have to stay focused on the task.
Mm-hmm. And go and you know what? Don't also be afraid to reach out for support either. Yeah. There's a lot of times, there are good people out there. There are other people that do embroidery that have no problem helping you out. If you feel discouraged or whatever, reach out. I mean, I have a Facebook group, Embroidery Happy Hours Adventures. Nancy has a Facebook group too. God, I forgot. Gifts HQ. Gifts HQ. It's the pineapple. Okay, so anyway, Gifts HQ. Okay. I mean, you can always post out there and just say, "Hey, I'm having a problem with this," or "I feel a certain kind of way." We're there to help each other and support each other. You know what I'm saying? So don't like feel like, oh God, this is crap. It's not going to work out, whatever stuff. Like I said, just do you.
If you're really serious about it, you need to surround yourself with the right people.
Exactly.
Right.
And get positive
people who have the same interests that you do.
Honest
that
people.
Is really going to help you be successful.
And you need honest people. Yes. Okay. And what I mean by honest is people that if you embroider something and you show it to them and it's not exactly good quality, they're going to be honest and say, that was a good try, but you can improve here, 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 and here. Mm-hmm. And this is, and how did you do this? And this is what I would do different. Try to do it differently and then see if it comes out with better results. Yeah. Because that is how you're going to improve. I feel like the honesty is the biggest thing, really.
Yeah, because if everyone keeps telling you, "Oh, it looks great,"
you're going to think you're doing great.
You're going to be like, "Oh, I'm awesome." And then you're going to walk into some show and you're going to see real professional embroiderers out there. And you're going to say, "Wow,
mine looks like crap."
Yeah, I'm not as good as I thought I was because people were encouraging me to think that I was the best. And I really wasn't. But, that actually hurts more than helps. It's always good to be honest and give.
And then when you have customers, you know what I'm saying? If you're, if you have gotten feedback where people are telling you that it's great and it's really not good, you're going to keep embroidering that type of way. And then what's going to happen is when you have customers, you're really not going to be giving really good, crisp designs.
Yeah.
And so, and that can be an issue.
Yeah. And you may not agree with it. Maybe you really believe your item is the best, right? It was really made well, but it's still good for you to listen because maybe they're going to have a point and you're going to say, well, yeah, maybe I could have done it that way. And maybe you don't want to hear it right then and there, but you may want to kind of refresh and think about that conversation again. And then say maybe they were right, or maybe you can use some pointers of what they were trying to say.
Yeah,
to change
that's true.
Things, so.
Yeah. And who knows? Maybe you like your bobbin thread showing on top. You never know. That's your style.
Maybe that'll be the trend.
Maybe that's a new trend. Yeah. Okay. So everybody, loosen that tension. Let me stop. Loosen the tension. Let me stop now. I'm just joking. Okay. So anyway, watch everybody just loosen the tension. What Jeanette said. Let me stop. She said this is the new trend. All right. Let's see. Hey Kelly, how are you? I'm learning more to customize stuff for my family and friends, and I like to eventually make enough to support all of this fun. You will get there. You will definitely get there. Hey Norma, how are you? How you doing? Look at everybody saying, Becky, don't give up. Becky, don't give up. Don't give up. You know what? Next Friday, I'm gonna go. How you doing, Becky? You hanging in there? Don't give up. And so, I love how Jeanette teaches. Oh, thank you, Miss Cole. I appreciate it. I'm glad I found her viz. I'm glad you found me too, and I hope you enjoy them. Okay, enjoy them and stuff, and learn and stuff. Yes, Becky, join our Facebook group. So that way, if you need help, you have questions, problems, jumping in. Okay. Sometimes the Disney designs on my machines are crappy. Oh, it could. Okay, it could. Well, those designs are sometimes.
I've seen some of them. Yeah, I've seen them. Some of them are decent. Some of them are not. You really have to look at who you're purchasing it from and how they have designed that to stitch out.
Yeah. But be careful.
Seen some that don't even look like a Mickey.
Yeah, and be careful, Marsha, about those Disney designs too, the copyright and stuff. So make sure that if you're doing them, that you're doing them as gifts and stuff like that. You don't get in trouble.
Yeah.
You don't want to get in trouble because they do crack down on that too.
They do. And then you have kind of these secondhand people who try to design these copyrighted items and really just don't do a good job, and yet they put a picture of one that actually looks good, but when you stitch it out, it's just not what you wanted.
Yeah. And so, but sometimes too, what I do is if I get a design that's kind of crappy, I'll just send it over to Fossil and he'll fix it for me.
Fix it, yeah. But I mean, it's an additional expense.
It is. But if it's a design that I really, really want,
then yeah.
Because a lot of times I don't kind of trust the digitizer that I bought it from to fix it, because I'm kind of like, well, you sold it to me crappy in the first place. You know what I mean? You did. You kind of sold it to me crappy in the first place. So I don't know if you're gonna know how to fix it. And then my whole thing is I do make a mental note and I go, I'm not buying any more designs from you. That's how I see it. Let's see. I'm kind of jumping back into the embroidery world, away from it for 22 hours, trying to absorb everything Jeanette and others are offering. Kind of nervous. You're going to be fine, Marina. You're going to be fine. And I hope what I said is not scaring people away. It's just for awareness. That's all it is. And so, let me see. Use the same digitizer. He retired in 2000. Just found the Facebook group. Awesome. I use Fossil. He's the one. Yep. Fossil. This one, Fossil is part of our Facebook group. This Fossil, I think it's called Mahu. His last name is Mahmood.
Yeah.
Mahu?
That's right.
Mahmood?
Mahu.
Oh, I don't know.
I think it's Mahu.
Fossil, I'm sorry if I messed up your last name.
You'll find him on. He's pretty active. So
yeah, he's really active.
Someone will ask questions, he jumps in.
Yeah, he jumps in and stuff like that. He is really, really, really awesome. I like him a lot and stuff. How do we find? He is part of our Facebook group, Miss Cole. So if you join the Facebook group, he is on there and stuff. Etsy does have a lot of designers. Yes, they do. Digitizers. But you have to remember too, anybody can open up an Etsy shop. So it could even be a person that just started to do digitizing that opened it up. So you just got to be kind of careful, with, make sure you read the reviews and stuff like that. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Because usually if someone gets a crappy design, they'll actually put something in the review. The free design that Private Chef that Nancy is using is from Dime, right?
Yeah.
Dime.
I can get the exact name of it.
She's gonna open up her laptop. She'll get you the name of it. It's the one that Miss Banks told me about. And then I sent it over to Nancy because Nancy is a Windows person. So
it's called Embroidery Tool Shed.
Okay, Embroidery Tool Shed from Dime. Dime. Yeah. 10 cents. Dime. Let's see. What else? I don't care for Max. Oh, how could you not care for Max? I'm an Apple girl.
I'm Windows.
Yeah, she's Windows. I'm Apple.
I'm Windows.
You're an orange. I'm an apple. Or you're a mango.
I'm a mango.
Mango.
Like mango tree.
Mango.
Or maybe even a pineapple.
No. Well, I have to stay with apple. Apple's an apple.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You got to stay with apple.
Yeah, I got to stay with apple. Okay, I'm going to stay with apple. All right. Let's see what else we got. Hey, Jackie, how you doing? Late but here. You sure are. Darn, I'm late. Hey, Becky, how are you? Let's see.
Leather work. Wow.
We see. Oh, Kimber said I saw goat cat packs. Had to end up buying. Oh my goodness.
Machine. Nice.
Whoa. Awesome. Oh, that's cool, Kimber. Make sure you join the Facebook group and put your stuff out there. I'm dying to see what you make. That's pretty cool. I bought a yard of leather. I think it was expensive.
No, it is. I remember
Leather's
buying a kit that you sew up a leather wallet. Like they actually give you the leather pieces. You know, it was like a kit. So everything came included, and you would just, you know.
Oh, where is it? There you go. I'm gonna put you in there. You're not in the camera. You're not in the camera. I'm like, what are you doing? Nancy's all in the corner over there and stuff like that. Like she hiding and stuff. And so wait till tomorrow when it's her craft the room and stuff. She's gonna push me off the channel. She's gonna get away from here, stuff like that. You know, I'm gonna do a cameo with Mallow. Let me see. Okay. Let me come down and stuff. Let's see. That's why I watch the live video. Sometimes tap doesn't show, or we go wrong. See, this is what takes me so long. Nancy always complains and says my embroidery happy hours take so long, but it's I like to read everybody's comments and stuff, and I like to, you know, because you never know.
Catch it while I'm going.
Yeah, she does. See, I just talk through the whole thing, and I do the after. Yes. That way, if people don't want to like watch the comments and stuff, they could just get the information in the beginning. Okay. There's some madness to me.
Peggy says, I'm interested in maybe starting a YouTube channel. Do you have any advice?
Yes. Just have fun with it. That's it. Start it and have fun with it. Just be natural too. I'm natural.
Talk about things that you love to do.
Exactly. Yeah. Just do you. Just do you. That's what I say, Peggy. And, you know, have fun with it. Just enjoy it and stuff. And this is how I look at it. Like, I remember when I first started and everything, and I only had 2 subscribers and stuff. It was Nancy and Fred. I only had 2 subscribers and stuff. And they would watch me. Yeah. 2 people. Yeah. But then later on, I just grew because I said, you know, the thing that went through my mind is I said, well, I'm going to teach myself embroidery. And if I ever forget how to do embroidery, you know, when you get old, you start forgetting stuff and everything like that. I watch my own videos.
I do sometimes watch my own videos. Sometimes I haven't done something in a long time and I forget how to do it.
Yeah, me too.
And I end up watching my own video like, how did I do that again? And I have to kind of jog my memory.
I do say, so
it's nice.
The baseball. When I embroider the baseball, there, you know, it's 108 inches for the shoelace. Mm-hmm. So I sometimes forget how many inches of the lace that I have to.
That's a big thing.
Yeah, so I have to rewatch my video.
I have a little notebook that I keep too, and I kind of jot down all that stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't want to get the notebook, and I'll just jump on.
Yeah, you give yourself another view. That's what you do. Okay, let's see. Hey, J Love. Oh, she says she looks forward to embroidery happy hour every Friday. I do too. I do too. That's why I was rushing Nancy today. I was like, excuse me, 8 o'clock. What's up? I told her. You haven't eaten?
No, we haven't eaten dinner.
I guess she's trying to tell me she's hungry.
I am.
Oh my God.
Then the water is good.
What?
It's making me more hungry.
We're on a water diet. That's it. So go get your food.
We'll walk.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. I will try to rush. Nancy's trying to rush me. Oh my God. Look at that. See how she's trying to rush me. So because she hangry. She's hangry now. Okay. Let's see. Oh, hey, Mally. Oh, am I saying it right? D. Mally. Admire the way you share your skills and knowledge, which is thank you from Maryland. Oh, you are so welcome. Hey, I'm just being honest. That's all. I'm just being honest. I just, and stuff, because I mean, I prefer to be honest, so that way I don't like it when people feel bad about it. You know what I mean? You get excited about something and everything, and I don't know. Make the world a better place. Jesus, there's enough jerks out there. You don't have to be one. That's how I see it. It's like this is a big world. There's like
a happy place.
It is. I mean, to me, it's like, and I've actually had somebody tell me, Jeanette, you tell all the secrets, and I'm like, so?
It's a big world out there. There's a lot of secrets out there.
I'm like, the heck? They're like, you tell them where to get the blanks cheap. You tell them, why not?
So
yeah, I'm like, so
it doesn't necessarily mean everyone's going to follow what you say. Everyone does what they're going to do.
But the thing is, there's enough business for everybody. I mean, what do you think? Jeanette's going to embroider for the whole world? Exactly. I mean, come on now. There's enough work for everybody. Come on. It's like really?
No.
I'm just like, to me, yeah. I just tell them, you do you, I do me.
Exactly.
There we go. Okay? Don't worry about me. I'm okay. As I tell people, I'm going to be fine and stuff. So if you want to know where I get my blanks, Alibaba. Alibaba. So just like, the quilted blankets.
Yeah.
And stuff. Nice. Those are nice. But the thing is, why would you pay? You see them on Amazon, $25. Yeah.
Even on Etsy, other people reselling them.
Well, yeah, and I do resell them at a higher price, but the thing is, I have to make that money back.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? And I really, honestly...
And there's people that don't want to go to Alibaba to buy it.
Especially if they only need one.
Exactly. So that's why. Why not? You can resell them, yes, but you're also telling them where they can go if they want to buy bulk.
Exactly, because I buy them by bulk because I actually make them in my shop.
Right.
But honestly, I would prefer to buy them at sell them made than sell the blank.
Yeah, more fun.
But the thing is, if you're more into making those blankets and selling them, why the hell are you gonna pay?
I'm not really in the business.
Buy the bulk. Buy the bulk.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, you can get
of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you could get those blankets for like $7-8 a blanket.
Yeah.
Why are you paying $24.99?
You have high volume and you're, pushing them out.
Buy bulk.
Yeah.
And you could buy the bulk as small as 50 blankets.
Yeah, it depends on the product, right? Sometimes it's 50, sometimes it's even less.
Right.
So it really depends.
Because usually what I'll do is I'll do 50 at a time. And then I buy the more popular colors. Like I'll get the white with the blue trim, the white with the pink trim, and an all white.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then what you do is take, instead of buying 50, I buy 60, and then I'll buy 20 of each color. Okay. And then I'm good. I got a little stash right there.
That works.
Yeah. And I got a little stash, and I didn't spend $24.99 on a blanket.
Right.
So I don't know. It's like people just don't want to share information. I don't know why, but okay. To each his own. Yeah. To each his own. And stuff, but whatever. Hey, I see Ozzy is on. How you doing, Ozzy? The weather's been nice all week, I know, and I came here with the rain and everything.
Not here. For those living in Fort Lauderdale area, I mean, it got flooding galore.
Yeah, a lot of flooding and stuff. And then when I drove down here, I drove down through the storm, and I lost a trim off my Tesla when we were coming from the finca. I was driving through the finca. There was a big puddle. Drove the Tesla through there, and I lost a trim. I was able to hammer it back in. But Tesla's coming back. Tesla's coming to Poppy's house on Thursday, and they're going to fix it for me. So they got pretty good customer service. I mean, I know a lot of people say they got my experience has been pretty good. They're all right to me. I mean, but ain't that something? My poor baby. Fred was like, it's always you.
I told you not to go through the puddle.
She did. She said, don't go through the puddle. But I thought it was fun to go through the puddle. And you know how the water goes on both sides. I was like, wee! Next thing you know, we heard a clunk. And then I was like, oh. I was like, well, it's only going to cost me $100 too. So it's not expensive. Yeah, it's not expensive to fix. I'll be fine. What the heck? Live life. Live life. All right. Flora, there you go. This is the thread. Thank you, Marsha. This is the thread. Floor E1. Floor E1? Floor E on E.
Iani.
Floor E on E.
Floor Iani.
Yeah, Janesh. She speaks better English than I do and stuff. I'm all messed up, you know. But they know what I'm talking about when I say, especially when I get mad.
We get it.
Yeah, when I get mad, everybody just ignores stuff. So I'm like, oh well. Hey Becky, how you doing? Yep, she got caps from the Dollar Tree to practice on.
That's right.
See, that's a good thing, and that's another thing too. Yeah, you're gonna have to also spend money when we talk about how expensive it is. You got to spend money on things that you're gonna practice on, and that's a very good way to do it. Go to the Dollar Tree, get a bunch of blanks like she's getting, and stuff, and use that to practice. You have to practice.
Yeah,
you really are, and stuff. There goes Miriam. Hey, Downell. I just got my SC200. Do you have a course on embroidery? Now I do have a whole playlist of videos of how to use the Brother SC1900. So I recommend going through all those videos so that you can learn that machine. And I even have a video on how to do your first project on your SC1900 using one of the embroidery designs that come loaded on the machine.
And try the manual. Read the manual.
You do. You kind of read. You know, try. Yeah. You know, especially, well, this is the other thing that I do is I do have a PDF copy of my manual and I put it on my computer. And whenever I need to like look something up, I'll do a find word. Yeah. That way I go straight to that section. I can figure it out and stuff. So learning how to change the needle. I show you how to use the sewing side and also the embroidery side of the machine. So I do have a playlist on the channel and stuff. So that way you can learn the machine inside out. And I try to keep the videos short, but I'm going to warn you, they're raw. Okay, I don't do the fancy camera stuff and everything. Nancy does the fancy camera stuff. She even does a little
like zoom in. Out.
She does all the fancy
detailed,
stuff.
I guess.
I'm detailed too.
Yes, you are. You are very detailed.
I just
got to get you in the camera equipment.
Oh my God. Okay, so I don't, and she does the spaceman and all that kind of stuff and everything. I just hold it with my hand.
I love the little spaceman.
It's cute. It's okay, but I just, but I'm like, I keep telling you, just get the 411. But you could tell different personalities, right? So we're just different. Okay, so, let me see. Oh, and Marcia says, my dealer always says, come in anytime for help. That didn't work well. The staff was busy, so I sat a long time waiting for the staff to be free.
Yeah.
That happens.
It can happen, yeah.
Yeah. That's why sometimes you have to look at different ways to get help. Yeah. And stuff. And and this is another thing. Also, you don't know what you don't know. You know when you know what you don't know? When you mess up. When you mess up, that's how you learn, Marsha. That's when you go, oops. Let's see. J Love said, that's a good idea, Nancy. I love the scanning and snowman capabilities too.
No.
And stuff. Oh, and then Eartha said, a lot of dealers have interest-free financing. That's how I got my machine. Yep. And that's another way that you can afford that. And stuff. Okay, let's see. Got a lot of comments in here. Oh my God. Okay. Susan says she owns a 15 needle and I'm doing larger pieces that have 16 to 20 colors. The industrial is a bit less expensive, but they are not as user-friendly as the baby and the baby lock. Yeah, Susan, I totally agree because, I was looking at the JSK machines, and those things really look like they're complicated to operate. Totally different. But the brother is very user friendly and stuff. But I think that's probably maybe why I shied away from the industrial, because I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to learn all that. So I was like, and the brother's stitch is just as good.
Yeah,
it just worked for
really
me.
Depends on the volume. Like if you get to the point that now you have to invest in commercial because your volume's just off the
I mean,
charts.
so far I'm okay.
Yeah, I think
so far I'm okay.
In a good place.
Yeah, I'm in a good place. Maybe later on I'll invest in a bigger one, but I think right now I'm okay. I'm pretty content. I'm content and stuff. Even a single. Yep. And then Susan says, even a single needle, they have a bit of a learning curve. Yes. Yeah. Yes, they do. And then Jenny says she purchased a floor model. Nice. Serger Project Runaway, and it's awesome. See, there are different ways. And then Becky says she got the 0% interest on the 1055. That's the brother. Yeah. The brother X. Brother. Yep. And stuff. And and then J-Lo said, that's what I did at the expo in Virginia the last day. That's how I got my 10 needle. There you go. See? That's how, Miss Banks said that. She said that you get good deals and stuff. And then Marsha says her dealer included the software when you buy the machine. Mm-hmm. Yeah, my dealer included the stand with mine and stuff. Oh, Faith just got her for work and definitely will watch later. Oh, awesome. And stuff. I'm fixing to start a class using my Florera Total software. What do you think about the personal embroiderer machine? Hey, Annette. Okay, that is the Persona.
I can't find that app.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Well, the Persona, that is the brother single needle machine with the arm. Yeah. I was looking at that at one time. I thought it was okay, but
it just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
Honestly. It's not something that.
Well, my thing is, if you're going to start doing bags and you don't want to spend as much on a 6 or 10 needle machine, and you need that arm capability, then I would say it's good.
Yeah, it's a great machine, but for the projects that I personally do, it wouldn't work for me.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on that. Think of, what I would do is think about what are you going to do with it, and this was the thing too. That personal embroidery machine is really pricey too. It's not cheap.
No, it's not.
It's not.
It is not.
So so what I was looking at that, and then I saw the 6 needle machine, and then I was like, okay, just a couple of thousand more will get me 6 needles.
Yeah,
with the arm. So that's why I went that route. So I actually my first multi-needle machine was the 6 needle machine. Yeah, and stuff. So I mean, and then I don't think one way or another. I mean, it's
going to depend on the projects that you're wanting to make.
Yeah.
What are you using it for? What features does it have that you think you're going to be using?
Yeah. And then and she said she already has a 10. I wouldn't even get it then. I wouldn't get it because if you already
another machine.
Oh, I need another machine. Okay, just get a 6 needle. Gosh. I would get a 6 needle.
I just want to go shopping with her.
Oh my God, I would get a 6 needle.
How
then.
Fun.
Oh my God, and so okay. Oh, Kim says she has a Persona and she loves it. So if you can afford it, get a U6 needle. The price is almost, she's thinking the same thing. Just want to get a 6 needle then.
Mistake,
yeah, and stuff. That's what I would. Yeah,
and that's another thing you can do. Reach out to people who have that machine and get
and
their
ask
opinion
them.
On them.
Yeah, ask them because I would say I got my 6 needle machine and then Fred was telling me get the 10 needle, but I was kind of like, that's really a lot of money. I was like, no, and then I said I'll get the 6 needle, but then after a couple of months I said, oh, I should have got the 10.
Yeah,
but I love both. I use both and stuff. And then let me see here, Jeanette, what fast frames do you use for the 10? I don't use the fast frames for the 1055X. I actually use it for the PR670E, which is the 6 needle machine. But mine just says fast frame. I'll have to find out what the name is because it's not the dime, or it's not the other brand. I'll try to find out for you, J Lo, and I'll actually put it. I mean J Love. No, J Love. And I'll put it on our Facebook group. I don't know the actual brand name. I know it just says Fast Frames. That's the one that I have. But it's not for the 1055 though. I got it for the 6. But I could use it on the 1055 because I've used it on 1055 too and stuff. Let's see. I'm gonna start skipping some of the things because Nancy's hungry and stuff. And we're going on 2 hours and stuff. I don't want her to drop on me. I don't want her to drop on me and stuff because then she's gonna be like, I'm hungry. Okay, now Crafty Puerto Rican, she put down.
To do too, you know.
Oh, we're gonna craft.
We're gonna craft.
Oh gosh, she's gonna
be a long night.
She's gonna put me on the Addy machine. Shoot, I'm gonna work these arms. Oh my God. Okay. It's very important to research and watch lots of tutorials and videos to learn from others. I'm constantly taking advantage of any learning I can get my hands on.
Yeah.
Totally agree. And that's the thing too. You got to do your research and stuff. And always remember too, when you're getting information from folks, that you always try to remember where the information is coming from, because you don't know. Sometimes people are like salespeople too. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't like pushing embroidery machines. I really don't.
Yeah.
Because to me, that's the most expensive part of the embroidery process. And I don't want to accidentally, like I said, everybody's needs are different. And I don't want to, and it's like, I would make a most terrible car salesman. I really would. I would be terrible.
I mean, there's people that just want to make the sale, and there's people who actually care and will be honest and steer you the right way.
Exactly. And I would just be terrible. I would not. My manager would probably be like, "You're always selling the cheap stuff," and I'm like, because that's all they really need. I mean, I just don't. I would be terrible at that and stuff. Hey, Bernard, how are you? Hi, Annette. I'm going to go down a little bit quick and stuff because it looks like Nancy's going to put me to work and stuff. So let me see if I see anything else. The Dookie fast frame. That is not what I have. I don't have the Dookie fast frames. They're not. Oh, and for those of you that are asking about digitizer that I use, the Crafty Puerto Rican, that is his name. He is a member of our Facebook group, and he is the person that I use. He's really, really good. A lot of people that I've recommended him to actually have used him and have been very, very happy with his digitizing stuff. He's great customer service. So thank you, Crafty Puerto Rican, for putting his name on there and stuff. What's the name of your Facebook group? It's actually called Embroidery Happy Hour Adventures, Annette, and it is, the link to the Facebook group is on the video description. I do add that on there. Let's see. And that's an Apple girl too. It looks like a lot of people are like, either look at that. Oh, and Marsha said she's a Windows girl. So it's like everybody's got, different ones and stuff. Hey, Marsha. So much fun. Hey, that's what this is about. It's about us learning and having a good time and stuff, and getting good information and stuff. That's why I tell my daughters not to bother me Fridays. I'm watching my happy hours with Jeanette. Oh, Iris, that's so sweet. I actually enjoy embroidery happy hour. I really do. Let's see. I'm going to go down a little quick before Nancy's going to put me to work, and I know she's got to eat and stuff, and it's late. And then I do have to also get back to my mom's because, mommy gets mad if you come home late. I can't believe it.
Mello's going to be mad because you left him.
Well, yeah, I know. And the thing is, shoot, I'm going to be 55 years old. Mom still has me on a curfew. You believe that? Puerto Rican mothers, boy, I tell you, boy, I better get home. I better make sure I make it home before midnight because she's going to hit me with the chancleta. You know that? She probably got the cojea. She probably got the cojea. For those of you guys that don't know, chancleta means slipper. That means she'll hit me with the slipper. And cojea means belt. And yes, our mother hit us with the chancleta and the cojea when we were growing up. Yeah, she was tough.
And she needed us to be in the right place.
She did, boy.
She raised us right.
She did. She raised us right with fear. I was scared of that lady. I'm still scared of that old lady. I'm telling you.
But we turned out all right.
We did.
We did.
But I'm scared of her. When I go visit my mom, I sleep with one eye open. I do. I do. 85 or 86? We better get that number right. Yeah, we better get that number right because mommy will get
39.
mad.
39. She was born in 39.
39?
Yeah.
Born 39?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, remember when I did her birthday shirt wrong with the wrong number?
Oh, God.
She got mad. She was like, yo no soy tan vieja. I was like, damn. She got mad at me.
You just gave it to her too soon.
That's what I told her. I said, I gave it to you to wear next year. I was like, Jesus Christ. You know, mothers, they're so touchy.
Get our pillows.
Oh, okay, guys. So listen, look at Nancy's pillows. All right. So hope you guys enjoyed tonight and hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel. So I will see you guys next Friday for embroidery happy hour again. And if you guys are still around tomorrow for Crafternoon, Saturday Crafternoons, tomorrow is Nancy's YouTube channel. She does her live and stuff like that. So I'm sure she's going to have me in the background with an Addy knitting machine, cranking some stuff, working and everything.
We'll put you
okay.
on a timer.
She's going to put me on a timer too. Okay.
Maybe we'll do that.
All right. So you guys don't know about her channel. Her channel is actually Gifts HQ. That's her channel and stuff. And it's on Saturdays at 12 and stuff, Eastern Standard Time. So, you know, if you guys, I'm still going to be around and everything. So I will be helping her host tomorrow as well. So you guys have a great night and thank you so much for joining us and stuff. And I really hope that the information that I gave you guys was very, very valuable. I really just wanted to give you guys my perspective of some of the things that I hear people say out there. Okay. So you guys have a good night. Have a great weekend. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow on Crafternoon. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Bye-bye. How do we say? There we go. There we go.